I'm Eleanor Swift, president of the Women's Faculty Club, and it's my great pleasure to welcome you to such a special event, a virtual Arts in the Afternoon program. We do rise to the occasion. This program was initially scheduled for Bach's birthday in March, but had to be postponed due to COVID-19. We're so happy that we're finally able to present this fabulous concert. We wish you could all be here and see it in person, but we're so glad we can be together, even in this virtual world, to enjoy this presentation. Ever since we started Arts in the Afternoon, we have enjoyed a wonderful collaboration with the music department on campus. In these challenging times, that collaborative spirit is even more important. We wish to thank Mark Shaw, Mark Mueller of the music department for facilitating this concert, Brendan West for recording the concert, and Anthony Cascardi, Dean of Arts and Humanities, College of Letters and Science, all for approving both practice sessions and filming of the final concert. We could never have come into being without their generous support. We could not safely move the harpsichord to the club during the pandemic, so the music department graciously filmed this concert in Hertz Hall. Thank you also to Professor Emeritus Davitt Maroney, who gave the initial suggestion years ago to use the Women's Faculty Club lounge as a concert hall. His idea gave birth to our Arts in the Afternoon program, and he's continued even from Paris, coaching performers and supporting the club. Finally, a huge thank you to Louise Brugger Bidwell, who spent endless hours perfecting this group of pieces for your pleasure today. I will turn it over to Louise, who will introduce the pieces. We hope you all have your electronic copies of the program. Please submit questions for the question and answer period at the end of the concert, which Louise has graciously agreed to answer. We will be recording the session, and we will transcribe the questions and answers and make any additional notes that Louise would like, and we will look forward to sharing them with you in the next few days. So, Louise, it's all for you.
Thank you for listening to this concert, and I'm excited to share these beautiful pieces with you. The Well-Tempered Clavier Book 2 was completed about 1742 and was intended by Bach to complement his first book, completed 20 years earlier. He was unable to finish the careful revision of the second book, but scores were found and compiled after his death. The first prelude in C major has similarities to one of his organ preludes in C major, BWV 545. There are several drafts of the harpsichord prelude, which were begun about 1720. Bach uses the full range of the keyboard instrument. The fugue is energetic, and the short subject is repeated repeatedly in the three multiple voices. The second prelude in C major has flowing 16th notes. However, each hand is actually playing two parts simultaneously, making a beautiful and expressive musical composition. The first and second halves are repeated. The C minor fugue has a short subject which is clearly repeated in the opening section. However, beginning in the middle, the theme appears in several voices, simultaneously with one of the voices being twice as slow as the original subject. At the end of the fugue, the subject is repeated in the bass. as the augmentation twice as slow, with the melody turned upside down or inversion, and in its original form. It is a powerful ending. These two preludes and fugues are a wonderful introduction to the second volume of the Well-Tempered Clavier. The manuscript of the Suite in F minor, BWV 823, was found after Bach's death. The completed dance movements are prelude, sarabande, and gigue. The beautiful prelude is also a rondo because the original theme returns between different contrasting sections. The sarabande is considered the heart of the suite and was originally a fast Spanish dance. But then in France, at the end of the 17th century, the sarabande became a much slower and more serious dance in slow triple meter with an emphasis on the second beat and elaborate ornamentation. Bach's sarabande was one of these expressive French sarabande graves. Bach's bass lines, played by the left hand, are always just as interesting as the main melody played by the right hand. I hope you'll enjoy listening to the descending bass line as well as the contrasting middle and upper voices. The gigue is highly energetic. It's amazing how few notes there are on the page, yet a whole musical world emerges from them. The Prelude, Fugue, and Allegro, BWV 998, was probably written in the early 1740s. The title says it is for lute or harpsichord, but the key of E flat major makes it particularly unsuited to the lute, whose tuning was based on D. It is therefore thought that Bach may have intended it for the lute harpsichord, an unusual instrument that he may have invented, which had gut strings and sounded like a giant lute, but had all the advantages of a keyboard for playing. On a lute, as on the guitar, one hand stops the strings while the other hand plucks the notes, meaning that both hands are normally used to produce one note. On the keyboard and the lute harpsichord, all 10 fingers can be used to sound notes. These pieces fit very comfortably on the harpsichord. However, Bach personally owned 2 lute harpsichords. We don't know exactly which instrument Bach intended for this piece. The expressive prelude brings out the resonant effects of the harpsichord, but also of the lute. The unusual fugue is in ABA form, which means that the entire first section is repeated as the last section. The flowing allegro is in 16th notes and is a strong, effective ending. And it is a great honor and pleasure to share the celebration of Bach with you.
start our video again so people can see.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Bravo! Bravo!
Bravo.
Bravo, bravo.
Yeah, let's have more of these.
Thank you, Louise.
Excellent.
It was wonderful. It was wonderful, Louise.
Oh my goodness. Wait a minute.
I really hope there's a way to hear this again somehow. I just loved it. I would love to just listen to it again right now.
Oh, thank you so very much.
Click on this one.
That's needed. Okay, now it's unmuted.
Okay, we should be able to get, okay. Louise, thank you very much. We apologize for the technical difficulties, and we will be trying to do question and answer if people want to post messages in the chat room. And you should be able to do that.
Well, thank you so very much for coming, everyone.
Oh.
I loved it. It was wonderful.
Louise, I had a question for you. I posted on the chat, but maybe I'll just do it orally. Andrew Cohen, I'm a regular, and I've heard you perform before at the Women's Faculty Club. My question to you is, in the notes you say that you've started harpsichord in recent years at the encouragement of colleagues, and you had performed piano for many years. So my question to you is, how would you compare the experience of performing on these two separate instruments with regard to the ease of playing, like, you know, the notes, the nature of the sounds that are produced, the existence of two levels of keys for the harpsichord, and why are there far more pianos today than there are harpsichords? Why is it much easier to find a piano than a harpsichord?
I don't know why there are more piano students than harpsichord students. The university has a wonderful Baroque program. And there are multiple keyboards that are in that program. So, and I actually, about 2009 or 2010, started playing on the university's historical pianos that are before the Steinway. And they're very excellent instruments. And I've been playing on those, and those are actually much more similar to the harpsichord. The touch is different on each one. I had to adjust each one. Some of them are different. They have different touches in different ranges, but I love those instruments, and that we have a room that is full of those instruments, and I love teaching in that room.
I see.
And I kind of got into the harpsichord as an extension of that.
I see.
So I don't know if that answers your question enough.
When you play harpsichord, do you have a different experience from playing a piano in terms of how you produce the sound?
It's a different touch. It's a different touch. But when you play those early pianos, it's a different touch too. For example, Mozart had a 5-octave keyboard.
Wow.
That he played you can play all of his concerti, all of his keyboard works on 5 octaves, and it's not much bigger than Bach's, which was 4 octaves. So what we have now is just a much larger instrument. But if you play the original instruments, they are somewhat similar.
I see. I see. And the sound quality, it sounds that a harpsichord is more, I don't know if it's tinny or it's a different kind of resonance than a piano, right? It doesn't have as much bass.
Yeah, the piano, the harpsichord is a plucked instrument. And it's actually, you can control the levels of sound by the numbers of strings that are being played. And you can do quite a lot. There's a lot of ways you can play softer or louder. But as they got into the other musical periods, they tried to have more contrast in sound. That was even the whole thing of Bach's son, C.P.E. Bach, wanted to have more contrast in sound. So they began experimenting to get different kinds of sounds, and all through the classical and romantic period, that's what happened with these various keyboard instruments. And then in around the 1850s, when we have the Industrial Revolution, after that, then we got what we have is what we call a contemporary piano, which is with the large plate, metal plate that's inside, where they can extend, they can make it a much louder sound, because also they had larger halls and they were filling them with people. So it was, anyway, that's, the harpsichord is a great instrument. It actually is the result of 400 years of evolution. And every step past that, there's also great instruments. So I really do enjoy playing it, and I enjoy the other instruments too.
Well, you play the harpsichord beautifully. How does it compare to organ?
Oh, I don't play the organ.
You haven't played it at all. Okay.
No, I haven't played the organ. Now, I did years ago a little bit, but lately I haven't done it at all.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Louise. I have to go, but I really loved it.
Oh, thank you, Judy. Great to see you.
Yeah, you take care.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Hello.
Bye.
Hello. I'd like to use this opportunity to actually promote Louise's next event. She is going to talk, and she's going to give a talk through Berkeley faculty piano workshops, and it's going to be November 6th, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. She's going to do it through Zoom. Her topic is musical quotation in contemporary music. So she's going to compare the music of Couperin and how it's used in John Thau, who was our professor and who passed away. And he was a wonderful professor, and his piano music, how that he interpreted that music. So it's open to public. You do have to email me. Hello, my name is Jean An. I'm a piano program coordinator. So I put my email on the chat. If you email me, I will give you the link so you can hear Louise talk again. Thank you.
Thank you, Louise. We really appreciated your music, and we apologize for the delay. We hope everybody will come back for the next virtual event. We are having one on women's suffrage next Tuesday. So if you're interested in that, be sure and make a reservation. Thank you so much, Louise. You've done so much work to prepare for this. And if there's no more questions, we will go ahead and end this meeting, right? Thank you. And